a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Deus Ex Media.
The bits.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Robert
And Charlie.
We're joined today by a very special guest to talk today about a very special topic.
Yeah.
Special guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm the admin assistant for Deus Ex Media, former co-host of The Oldest Gods, and then I died. And now I've been resurrected to just show up on people's shows randomly.
Yes, you have. You with your gay glasses here during Pride Month.
I wear my gay glasses all year long.
Nice.
As you should. Well, what are we here to talk about, friends? Do you know? Do you know why we're here in this space today?
I do, but I'm going to stop you from saying it because I don't like what you're saying.
What? What? You don't like what I'm saying? Are you trying to censor me?
Yeah, I'm censoring you, Charlie.
Oh.
Seamless segue into our topic, Steven Universe censorship.
Yeah, this is why we have Taylor, who has never seen Steven Universe, on to talk about Steven Universe.
Yeah, it's my one chance. It's my one chance to shine, to talk about censorship.
Your favorite thing to talk about, right? Yeah?
For those of you who don't know, because you haven't listened to any of the Deus Ex Media shows, which is your own fault, I'm a teacher, and
really?
You might be aware from the news that there's a lot of censorship of teachers right now. Oh well.
Yeah.
On top of that, I'm a history teacher. I was just saying that I'm a teacher, and thus teachers are often very censored because fuck the police.
Yeah. Agreed. ACAB. Yeah, well, that's why we have Taylor, my fellow teacher. Now I can say that.
The funny thing is, if you pull up censorship in foreign countries on the Wikipedia, it's pretty much for every fucking episode. Jesus Christ.
So I pulled up that wiki, and then I had to take notes on it, because that just tells you censoring, like, in general. And this episode, we're talking about the queer shit. It is Pride Month. We are here to talk about the gay. And a lot of things just get censored in general from this show. And as I was going through it, I'm just like, okay, well, that's just like straight shit being censored. I don't really care about like these straight people kissing. Not gonna lie.
I'm very interested by the fact that there's a lot of street censorship in countries too. That's sort of interesting to me. Like,
I think it was the fact that, like, they're like, oh no, these characters can't be kissing in this children's show kind of thing. Like, specifically in many, many countries, Lars and Sadie's, like, very passionate kiss in one episode is censored a lot.
I love how that's what we're censoring, but we're not censoring Naked Steven from last episode.
No, they also censored that too.
I am not seeing anything about that right now. Hold on.
Okay, well, different countries have different rules, okay? So I had to take notes. I made a very janky PowerPoint. I'm not sharing it with y'all. Maybe I'll share it with the listeners eventually when I make it pretty, because I made this in an hour so I could take notes.
So only in Latin America was the nude Steven cut. Jesus Christ.
I thought it was more than that. I definitely saw it come up.
Oh no, and also Middle East / North Africa.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way it wasn't in the Middle Eastern countries.
The Middle East censored a lot. So did Russia. I'll get to that.
Whoa, Russia censored gay?
Yeah, you know what? Before I begin this journey I'm gonna take y'all on episode by episode, seriously, I did not know that the Ruby having a mustache in Russia was a joke. And I had to, like, look up the things today, I would have just been like, oh yeah, like, absolutely, that happened. I didn't know it was a joke. I didn't know somebody made this as a meme. And I'm very upset that I was so stupid for many years.
I was waiting for Robert to say that you're still stupid, but
No, I'm not being mean to Charlie. It's Pride Month. I can't be mean to them.
You can. You absolutely are always fucking mean to me.
I was like, that didn't stop you the first 9 days of Pride Month.
Yeah, Robert always says I'm stinky.
To be fair, no. Yesterday, a Shiba Inu said you're stinky. So
That's true. That's true. I'm so sad that Navi hates me too.
Unfortunate.
All right. This first one, I'm going by like certain episodes that were mentioned in here. I don't think any of Steven Universe Future was mentioned on that, but maybe that has a different page in the wiki.
But are we in the future? Is it bright?
So, okay, this could be queer censorship, or it could just be like whatever censorship, but my goodness, almost everywhere in the freaking world censors Steven's lion because at one point Ronaldo is like, oh, Steven, are you pregnant? So this could be censored because pregnancy, or this could be censored because boy pregnant. No,
Impossible.
Well, a third reasoning is for like Christianity not enjoying
that too.
virgin pregnancy that isn't Mary.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Only Mary. Can't believe it.
But like I think I found that on like almost every single country on that censorship page. I can't say the word. Yeah. So that happened a lot. Okay. So actual gay shit, but not actually because it's just, is it self-cessed? Is it not? In the episode Steven and the Stevens, there is a moment where it's a time travel episode. So we have like a bunch of Stevens on screen with each other just because, and then one of the Stevens like kisses one of the other Stevens on the cheek.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How dare.
So the Middle East and North Africa cut that part because of course.
Oof.
Yeah. So censorship is weird around the world because like certain places it's like government reasons and other places it's religious reasons.
Yeah.
So like listeners who don't understand, North Africa for the most part is more associated with the Middle East than the rest of Africa, especially countries like Egypt. Culturally, Egypt is essentially the Middle East, even though they are geographically in Africa. And so a lot of those countries have Islam very tied into their government structure, hence the censoring. My favorite part about censoring, though, is in our like China and Russia, where it's like just a control thing. That's why like countries like that also don't like religion, which is the opposite of the Middle East, where it's just the government is the religion.
That's so funny and stupid.
It's great. It's communism.
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 You know? Alrighty. Also another gay kiss. The thing is, these are just like kisses on the cheek, you know, like it's one of those like, oh, European kisses, honestly, which is why the Europeans did not censor it. But Southeast Asia cut a kiss between Lil Butler and Mr. Money in the episode Maximum Capacity. Which it's just, oh, like I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Lil Butler's like dad or something, adopted father. This is a show within a show.
We're going too deep.
There is no way to explain Little Butler that makes sense unless you see the show.
I like no context stupidity.
Like it's just a show that Amethyst and Greg binge in Steven Universe.
Imagine binging a TV show. Couldn't be me.
No, it couldn't be.
Alrighty. It like physically is not me.
Now, Charlie is the weirdo out of the three of us who can watch a show in a day.
I could. I literally can watch a show in a day. Don't test me, Robert.
I won't test you because I know you will.
I will. Alrighty. Here's a big one. Here's a good one. Jailbreak.
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah. So, for context, Taylor, this is an episode that heavily features one of the prominent lesbian relationships in the show. Are they lesbians though? Because they don't have gender. Gay?
You can be a lesbian
Sure.
without having a gender.
This is true. This
If,
is true.
if there's anything that I've been taught is that he, him lesbians are valid.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Gems do not have gender, but they use she, her pronouns. That's all I know.
Yeah, then I guess lesbian would be the best term for if they're... I don't know. I
would
don't
say
know.
either lesbian or gay.
Yeah,
but
I just tend to use gay for everyone unless...
Everyone's gay. You're gay. You're gay. You're gay.
Like, I'm just bi, but I'll just say I'm gay just to, it just works.
That's the bisexual experience, to be honest. As 3 bisexuals are here on this podcast.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm gay. I don't feel like explaining what bisexuality is to you. It's fine.
No. So, Jailbreak, we got so many censors here, but it's all about Ruby and Sapphire and their reunion and their fusion dance. The Middle East, North Africa cut all of that. The Philippines cut parts of that starting in 2018. I don't know why that specifically, but sure.
When did the episode come out?
Way before that. Like, it's the first season, so...
Okay, so yeah, way before that.
2014, 2015, it would have come out.
Yeah, okay. Whatever, guys.
Southeast Asia cut Ruby and Sapphire's kiss. And France, this is actually an accidental thing. They mistranslated love to say friendship in the song Stronger Than You. Which is wonderful. That's just funny that they didn't actually mean to do that.
Especially when you're talking about France, which arguably is the gayest European country.
Depending on the time of day, the French go either way.
I love how it's just depending on the time of day.
Oh, we also got some censorship in the episode Say Uncle, which is a non-canon episode, which is like, it's a crossover between Steven Universe and Uncle Grandpa.
Good morning.
Yeah. It's an episode that exists.
Don't worry. None of this is canon.
Seriously, none of it is canon. But the Middle East, North Africa cut the part where Uncle Grandpa disguises himself as Rose Quartz. Because, no, man can't dress as woman.
Man can't dress as woman. It's a good thing women dress as women.
Yeah.
Because trans women are women. Let's fucking go.
They are. Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. Well, what's next? What's next, Turbine? Tell us next.
This one, also another freaking big one. The episode We Need to Talk. It's the one where we see Rose and Pearl fuse for the first time. Taylor, do you know what fusion is?
Yeah, I figured that much out just from the Discord.
It's where the gems do a little dance, sometimes kind of sexual, sometimes just, a dance, and then they become one. They become one with each other. And it's kind of a euphemism for sex, but also not.
Charlie, you're incorrect. Fusion is just a cheap tactic to make weak gems stronger.
Shut the fuck up.
My brain is just thinking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and becoming the Megazord and all that kind. I just went Power Rangers.
There's also the fusion. Ha.
Oh wait, I do remember seeing pictures of that.
Many different fusion things. All right, so in this episode, of course, Rose and Pearl are doing their little dance, and also they nearly kiss during their little fusion dance. Italy cuts that. Italy's like, nope, no gay here.
That's pretty surprising to me.
Yeah. How much of their fusion dance and also what's her name, Rainbow Quartz, who's the name of their fusion, gets cut because she also does like a bunch of little dance moves and such. We got a lot of that like just randomly cut by Poland, Portugal, Spain, the UK, and Ireland. It's a lot.
So much.
And this episode is just not aired in Turkey. Just straight up nope.
It's interesting to me that other countries in that area air the episode with censorship, but Turkey's just like too much work. We're just not putting the work in.
And I hope I don't know if I missed anything, but I did my best to take notes on everything on the wiki. So if anything I say is like not totally correct, I am sorry, but this is what I found. And so this is what I'm talking about. All right, we got another Ruby and Sapphire thing cut in the Keystone Motel episode, where Ruby and Sapphire, they split apart for an episode because they're upset about something, and then they make up at the end of the episode, and they also make out. And Southeast Asia cut their make out. Yep. Just didn't happen.
So this is funny to me in the fact that my uncle's gay. He lives in Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
which is not a great place to be
Yeah.
gay right now. Except he keeps acquiring young Thai boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
He's on like his third one. My uncle's in his 60s. They're all like my age. I'm 25.
Okay.
So every time you say Southeast Asia censors it, all I can think is just my uncle and his gay Thai boyfriends.
Well, what kind of ties are they wearing?
I'm hoping rainbow, but just to say fuck DeSantis, but like,
Yeah.
I don't make the rules.
Alrighty. So, no surprise here. The answer, an episode that is all about Ruby and Sapphire and how they met, was not aired in Russia and Bulgaria.
That's so homophobic.
Bulgaria just seems so random.
Yeah, for some reason, it was like specific episodes were not aired in Russia and Bulgaria, and then like also Russia and just Southeastern Europe, I think it was.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, okay, it was like Russia and Southeastern Europe, but it's like just Bulgaria and Southeast Europe sometimes.
It's just why.
What a random country.
All right, more Ruby and Sapphire. It's a lot about Ruby and Sapphire because they are like the major one. So, Hit the Diamond, an episode all about the gems playing baseball.
The gayest sport, obviously. That's what we learned from High School Musical too.
Seriously. And Twilight.
But listen. I know you're probably gonna say something about Ruby and Sapphire. I just need to know: do they censor the most crucial LGBT representation? Do they censor Bob?
You just Lapis saying Bob? I don't think I saw that anywhere. So Taylor, for context, this episode, the gems are pretending to be humans to distract some other gems to like keep their friend Peridot safe from being found.
Like you do.
Weird. Yeah. So they come up with fake names. Pearl is like, I'm Earl. Sapphire's like, I'm Sophie. And then Lapis is like, I'm Bob. Like literally she's just like Bob. They have a whole weird sequence of them saying their human names, and it's funny as hell. I highly recommend just no context going onto YouTube and watching the episode, but like every time something gay happens, it gets faster. I've seen that so many times. And it's funny.
Oh yeah, because it goes faster. You can watch it multiple times.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They're only 11-minute episodes, okay?
Yeah, it's definitely a show I might eventually watch.
I do recommend it. But it wasn't clear from me making a podcast.
If anybody's ever listened to Of the Eldest Gods, you'll know that I'm bad at watching television.
Taylor is bad at things.
I am bad at consuming media that is not reading.
Well then, here's an idea. Read the children's book versions of the show. I actually have the answer and the story of Stephen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They're both like literally children's books that I'm just like, I wish I could like bring this into my classroom, but the children would like break it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I felt like that when I was teaching my middle schoolers. I was just like, I don't know if I want to bring anything in here because my middle schoolers literally put a hole through a wall with their bodies. So
yeah, here's the thing about children: they are creatures.
Yeah,
creatures is a good word for them. Yeah,
absolutely.
As a former creature, I need to say that actually no, I'm still a fucking creature. Like I'm still a delinquent. I'm just vibing in my brain.
True.
I'm getting older all the time, but feeling younger in my mind.
Hey, that's a move.
Charlie, where is that from right now? Right now, or I shoot you.
Where what? What?
That line. That's a line from a song. Which song? Do you know?
I didn't understand what was being said. I'm sorry.
Getting older all the time, feeling younger in my mind.
No.
All right, Charlie is canceled.
I guess I am. I got nothing.
I mean, I canceled Charlie a long time ago, so it's like,
oh
yeah,
man.
and then you canceled yourself.
I literally canceled myself. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Robert, you should listen to the old episodes of The Oldest Gods.
I
It's
have
some very unhinged shit.
such trouble listening to older episodes. Whenever a new Percy Jackson podcast shows up, I listen to like the 2 or 3 most recent episodes, and I'm like, whatever they did at the beginning, that's okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna listen to it.
No one listens to Taylor anymore. She's just gone.
I hate myself too, so it's okay.
Taylor's in her reputation era.
You got me.
Literally.
Taylor Swift joke. Wow, low hanging fruit.
Listen. When I made the new logo, I was just like, oh, the old logo, that's the Taylor's version.
Yeah. Literally on everything, like it says Taylor's version. Taylor Swift will be here in a week, and I'm not looking forward to my city being taken over.
Okay, Steven Universe. We're talking about Hit the Diamond. So
Are we?
We are. In Poland and Sweden, when Lapis is like, they are flirting, it changed to chatting. Rude.
Okay, Poland, once again, I get. Sweden surprises me.
Well, Sweden also altered some of their, like, the dialogue about them. Oh godness. I just, like, wrote that down because, like, there was a couple things that just got changed about their relationship in that episode. I think it was, like, yeah, there were just too many things that I'm like, they just changed some shit for some reason. Why Sweden? Why?
Yeah, that is definitely a country that surprises me with.
Sweden out here surprising us.
And then Southeast Asia cut dialogue about them again.
Homophobic, yes.
And then guess what? This episode was not aired in Russia and Bulgaria.
What a surprise. You know, it always reminds me of how, like, every time Disney is, like, releasing a movie and they're like, hey, we got our brand new, very first gay character ever. I'm like, again? And it's put in a way that they can easily edit it out when they send the movie over to Russia and China.
Hey, guess what? The first gay character is absolutely Cyrus from Andy Mac, because he literally is the first character in a Disney Channel show to say, I'm gay.
That doesn't count. I'm sorry.
And I just realized that, like, that fact. I did not realize he was the first one to say that phrase.
I knew he was for Disney Channel. Yeah, I did know that one, even though I've never seen the show, but I did know that deep
It's very
down.
hard to watch, but in fact...
Oh yeah, because isn't, like, one of the adults, like...
Yeah, one of the adults was revealed to be a pedophile, so they cut him out of the show, finally. And then they're like, we're just not going to stream any of the episodes that he's on, so you can't watch most of the show on Disney Plus. But hey, the episode where Cyrus says he's gay is in fact one of the few episodes that's on there.
Yay, we did it.
The episode Once in a Minion, because it's in fact a Jewish episode where Cyrus is mourning his grandmother, and he's like, I'm so sad that I couldn't tell her that I was gay, so he told his friend instead.
I respect that.
Okay. This is something I'm currently watching, so that's why it's a hyperfixation. So, the episode Mr. Greg was not aired in Russia and Bulgaria. This is, in fact, a beloved episode of the show. I want to say, did it win an award or something?
It won something here, Mr.
Did it win, like, a
Greg.
GLAAD or something else? Probably not a GLAAD. But it's, like, the musical episode. Like, Steven Universe is a musical show, but this is the episode where it has, like, multiple songs.
Just everything.
Yeah, it's...
It was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Short Form Animated Program.
Oh,
there you go.
Good for it.
This is an episode that's very heavily about Greg and Pearl's relationship with Rose, because Pearl was in love with Rose, and then Greg came in, and Greg is Steven's father.
So you can guess how that went.
Yeah. So Pearl never really got over Rose, and so she hates Greg. And so it's a lot about those two, you know, getting over that and, like, becoming friends a little bit, moving forward in their relationship. And so there's a bit of, like, the song It's Over, Isn't It? Is literally Pearl being like, I was in love with her. And then this guy came along.
And then this random fucking 80s or 90s rocker just comes and takes my wife.
So it's kind of gay.
I mean, to be fair, she was fine with the men who would come into her life now and again.
Just don't quote the song at me.
Don't cite the dark magic to me, which I was there when it was written.
That's where my brain went immediately when Charlie said that. I was like,
Yeah.
Narnia.
The gayest media. So the episode Last One Out of Beach City, which, hey, it's also about Pearl getting over Rose and seeing that really hot girl who kind of looks like Rose.
No, it's not. Listen, it's not Rose. You want to know why?
Not.
She may be big, she may have pink hair, but she's a biker.
She is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Steven's like, okay, she looked kind of like Mom. No one was going to say it, but I did.
Steven, shut the fuck up.
I'm glad someone said it. So this episode was not aired in Southeast Asia or Russia and Southeastern Europe.
I feel like Russia should be the fucking, like, the free space on the bingo card at this point.
It is.
Yeah. And I guess fucking Bulgaria.
So surprise extra
free space.
Surprise extra free space, Bulgaria.
Like, I'm so confused by that.
Bulgaria has some shit going on. Okay, then we move on to the episode The Zoo, which there's too many layers going on in that episode, but
too many layers, too many slices, to quote an old TikTok that at this point is already old and will be older by the time this episode comes out.
You're old, Robert.
Such is the progression of time. It comes for us all.
So the Zoo episode, we find out that
just breezing past that, Charlie.
I am breezing past you because there's so many things, and this
Charlie,
is just funny.
Charlie,
to me.
the dust of time comes for us all.
Okay, it's true.
Tell me more about the silly little gay rock show.
I'm also trying to give Taylor a little bit of what the fuck is happening here. So, the Diamonds, the leaders of Gem Society created a human zoo.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not fine, actually.
It's not.
It's really weird and creepy, and they have this thing called the Choosening, which is where the humans get to be paired up with each other so that they can make more humans. And Southeast Asia cut part of this, where Y6, one of the male characters, wants to be choosened with Greg. Listen, everybody in that episode was in love with Greg, actually.
I mean, I can see it. It's the hair, isn't it?
It is the hair. He's got some great hair.
Hope nothing bad happens to the hair.
Shut up!
Rip.
I'm not over it. He's not over it either.
Yeah, nothing bad happens to Greg's hair. It's okay.
Nothing ever.
It happens to the Kennedys.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's, I don't know if y'all ever watched Clone High. It's a funny old show that recently it's like a renewal.
I was recently explained the entire plot of the original show by my friend Kyla.
Yeah, just for the audience here, this has nothing to do with Steven Universe or Pride, but the Clone High is pretty much, hey, what if we cloned a bunch of famous people throughout history?
Oh, God.
And at the same time, and they all grew up to be the same age. So you have Abraham Lincoln and Gandhi are best friends in high school. JFK is the bully. Joan of Arc is the tomboy best friend.
Okay.
Isn't she in love with Abe Lincoln?
I keep forgetting if it's Abe is in love with Joan or if Joan's in love with Abe. But also, it's like Danny Phantom and Sam.
Okay.
Taylor's face right now is just what the fuck?
What an interesting combo of people, but okay.
Yeah, it doesn't stop there. There's also Cleopatra.
Cleopatra is also kind of the high school cheerleader love interest that Abe wants.
Oh, good.
Completely ignoring his super cute best friend that he's totally in love with and he doesn't know. The best character and also the worst character is JFK. He says a ton of stupid, dumb things. But one of my favorite lines is he's racing Abe with cars. Listen, hold on. And Abe pulls over to the side of the road because he's sleep deprived. And he's like, oh, it's dangerous to drive when you're sleeping. Very good lesson. So he pulls over, he sleeps, and JFK passes him and he's like, ha ha ha, nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. And then the car flips over.
Classic.
And he stays there until Abe wakes up and turns the car back on and wins the race.
This is wild.
I have so many questions and concerns, but also I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you should be feeling about that
Yeah,
show.
like I'm yeah.
Okay. We're closing in on the end game here because hey, guess what?
What?
We're getting to the episodes that are leading up to Ruby and Sapphire's wedding. The episode Now We're Only Falling Apart, which I believe that's right after we find out the big plot reveal, Rose Quartz's pink diamond. Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
This episode is not aired in Southeast Asia.
What a surprise. Let me guess. It's also not aired in Russia.
No, guess what?
Holy shit,
The
what?
episode before this is when Russia and Southeastern Europe, excluding Bulgaria, stopped airing the show.
Wait, so
entirely.
Bulgaria kept
Yes!
Bulgaria kept running the show, but just censored whatever they didn't like?
Yes.
Bulgaria is the most like... I mean, is Bulgaria an ally? Do we call them an ally, or do we call them like just homophobic in a different flavor?
They're gay and homophobic.
me for real.
Yeah, I feel like they're just a closeted gay who hates themselves, so is homophobic to other people.
And then just like got over it.
Bulgaria, I have questions. Please give us a call.
Bulgaria, it's okay, buddy. We love you. You can come out whenever you're ready.
And then, basically every episode till the wedding. So, what's your problem? The question, Maid of Honor, and Reunited were all not aired in Southeast Asia.
Oof.
Just everything where we have the two of them talking about their relationship and proposing, and then leading up to the wedding and then getting married. So, just not aired.
Well, didn't you know that if gay people got married, it would undermine the traditions of marriage, even though most modern traditions are less than 100 years old?
I always forget about that, and it's just like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing like the white dress, the white wedding cake, getting married in a church, like that's all only about 100 years old.
You know what's beautiful about Ruby and Sapphire's wedding? Ruby, the one who everyone's like is traditionally masculine, is the one wearing the dress. And
Oh,
Sapphire, the one who's
interesting.
traditionally feminine most of the time, is the one wearing the suit.
I appreciate that.
Listen, switch it up. Put your butch in a dress and put your femme in a suit. Switch it up.
It's literally so beautiful.
So what I'm hearing is for my wedding, I'm supposed to put Joe in a dress and I'm supposed to wear a suit. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Make him show those legs.
Obligatory. I can't hear the word Joe or the name Joe without thinking about like Joe Mama.
So Joseph
Oh god.
does have a shirt that says that on the back.
Good.
I still don't believe he exists.
He has to commit to his bit.
Robert, my bit is that Joe doesn't exist because I've never like seen or talked to him. Actually.
Okay, more people have met him now.
And one of those people is not Charlie, so Charlie cannot confirm whether or not Joe exists.
Until
but
August,
Josh and Frank just met him, so we're up to 5 people who've met Joseph.
If it happens in August, if I finally meet him, then you know what? We'll see.
It'll all have been worth it.
Maybe I'll just die on the spot, like right before.
Good.
That way the world will never know. Okay, so change your mind. The finale of like the original show.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asia cuts the scene where the Heaven and Earth Beetles kiss.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, they're just these little tiny lesbians. Little tiny beetle lesbians.
Yep.
You're not a tiny little beetle lesbian, because if you're not, that's pretty homophobic.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that all lesbians are tiny beetles.
Real quick, I'm just gonna go ask a lesbian if that's true.
Here, I'll go ask lesbians we know. Hold on.
Are you a tiny beetle?
Are you a tiny beetle? Let's see if we get an answer before the episode ends.
All right. And again, I don't have anything from Steven Universe Future, but maybe that just wasn't aired in some of these places. That's
except for Bulgaria. Bulgaria's probably...
You know what? Bulgaria loves it. Bulgaria came out and was like, I'm gay.
Did Bulgaria come out, or is Bulgaria just like, if I ignore it, I don't have to deal with it?
Possibly. So last thing I have on here is Steven Universe the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Guess what?
What?
So Central and Eastern Europe change Isn't It Love to Isn't It Friendship? This is the song between Ruby and Sapphire when they become Garnet.
Yeah, just a couple besties, just a couple buddies, just, you know, a couple gal pals.
Yeah, the plot of this movie is very wild. People forget memories and have to figure out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, the Greg and Steven fucking fuse.
Listen, I have feelings about Steg. I love Steg.
Resident lesbian Darian has said to the question, "Are you a tiny beetle?" Sometimes.
Okay.
It's canon.
It's canon.
The Philippines cut nearly the entirety of the song Isn't It Love?
Mm.
And then the entirety of Southeast Asia cut is parts of Isn't It Love and the song Disobedient. There's like a line changed. I forgot there's like a line in there that's talking about like Pearl and Rose and their love.
I'm just surprised nobody cut out Steg.
No. Steg is great. Steg is just a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure got
That's fair.
made into a Steven
As
Universe.
much as I know about that, I
Just look up an image and you'll see the hair.
Oh, I've seen an image, so like, yeah.
A singular image of Steg.
I have feelings about Steg.
You have feelings because you're a dummy.
I do. Yeah, that is the majority of what I have. But also, God, if you look at like a map of the world in Steven Universe, Russia just doesn't exist. And that is because of the censorship that Russia did.
So they censored Russia?
Yeah.
They literally censored Russia. Good job.
Yeah, I want to imagine it's maybe like because of the cluster. The cluster didn't destroy the Earth, it just destroyed Russia.
Yep.
Just Russia. That's
Doesn't Russia
fine.
also have like diamond mines or something? Am I making this up? I don't know. I
Like
thought I heard that
actual
somewhere.
Russia? Or
Yeah.
in the show?
Like actual Russia.
Not that I know of. Most of the world's diamonds are in Africa.
Well, I have nothing else to say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Steven Universe. Sadly, Russia did not put a mustache on Ruby. Yeah, well, that's Steven Universe. It's really gay. Taylor, you should watch it, and then you'll have context for what the fuck I just explained to you. Which,
I love living with zero context for the things around me. So,
I mean, the last episode to come out at the time of recording, we talked about the crystal shrimps exploding in the lunar sea spire. So if you want to know what that means, you should watch that episode.
That is a lot of words that I definitely know the meaning of.
Listen, we love the crystal shrimps. They're important to us, okay?
Just crystal shrimps is what a combo of words.
Yeah, and then they ate a bagel, right? Yeah,
God.
Steven fed them a bagel.
Sometimes you just gotta.
How do we end this episode? Taylor, do you want to tell people where people can find you, even though you don't want to be found most of the time?
I mean, you can find me. I'm at Tete_ballet on Instagram. Or you can email somebody in the network and it'll get to me eventually. Somebody will tell me.
She's the secretary.
Yeah. So it'll get to me eventually. I'm around. I exist. It's fine.
Not really.
Yeah. I don't know.
You also run the Deus Ex Media Book Club.
Oh yeah. Barely. I'm barely alive anymore. But yeah, if you join any of the Deus Ex Media Patreons, you can come join the Discord, and then thus one of the perks is joining the book club, where we are currently reading The Extraordinaires by T.J. Klune, which has a lot to do with fan fiction and being gay. So our friend Claire from the network is very happy right now.
No way. Pride?
Whoa. T.J. Klune wrote like House on the Cerulean Sea for context for people who care.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. That book has been described as a gay warm hug. So
a gay warm hug.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard that too.
Like that is literally the review on the front cover of the book.
Good to know. Very good. Gay warm hugs, they're very good. Well, my friends, if every podcast were perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits.
Bye! You can follow this podcast socials at the Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitsSUpod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Oseman Verse podcast called the Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Of the Eldest Gods, a chapter-by-chapter Rick Riordan pod with mythological context and no spoilers. This season on Of the Eldest Gods,
we make our way through the maze of...
Labyrinth.
Yeah, Labyrinth, whatever. And we tell you all about the next book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series.
And explain the myth context as we go along.
So, the whole stuck in a maze thing is just a gimmick for this book, right?
Yeah, sure, Ray.
Hey, Charlie! Where the fuck are we?
Only you can save us from the labyrinth by listening to our podcast.
Help!
I was just about to say, like, somebody else has arrived.
Robert is just, like, leaving constantly during this podcast. Taylor, you want to take over the podcast for Robert?
Yeah, this is my stream of consciousness podcast now, where I just talk for 30 minutes. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I want you to do a Where the Fuck Are We about Steven Universe, because Beach City does not exist. It's in the state of Delmarva, which is Delaware,
Maryland and Virginia. Yeah. You know, Delaware's not a real state, let's be honest.
True.
I say this as somebody who lives in Pennsylvania. I think that Delaware should just be absorbed into New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, and that's my stance. And that's how we get Mega Coda as well in that one fell swoop. And then we can make Puerto Rico and DC states.
Thank you.
That's my official stance, is that Delaware needs to disappear and Mega Coda needs to be created.
At least I wasn't Ethan moving a couch for 40 minutes.
You know what?
One time we were recording with Juice and their landlord just showed up and was like, yep, we're going to vacuum and suck out water here.
That same thing just happened like literally the other day.
Oof.
They had vacuuming problems in the background and had to move
good.
again.
I'm glad that's consistent.
I love recording with people who have issues.
And that's why I'm here.
Yay!
Deus Ex Media.